A simple physics demo accidentally revealed human super strength. The Galactic Academy's lecture amphitheater could fit 3,000 cadets, with room to spare for their wings, tails, frills, or whatever appendages they came equipped with. It was designed to be universal, inclusive, a space where no single species' physiology would dominate. And yet today, one species would dominate the memory of everyone present. The lecture begins. Professor Krilvar, an insectoid night harry with crystalline wings folded neatly against his carapace, strode onto the raised platform. His multifaceted eyes glittered under the lights, and his mandibles clicked with authority. "Cadets," he began, voice resonating through the acoustic enhancers, "we will today demonstrate the mechanical principles of leverage, torque, and applied force. Equations are meaningless if you cannot feel their truth in your own limbs." A ripple of excitement passed through the audience. Physics demonstrations were rare, most instructors preferred simulations. But Krilvar was old school. He liked to let students struggle with real matter. The stage platform descended, revealing a dull grey block of tungsten iron composite. Heavy, featureless, and judging by the collective intake of alien breaths, absurdly dense. The holodisplay flashed its specs. Mass, 200 Zen kilos, almost equal to 6 Terran metric tons in standard gravity. Several cadets gasped aloud. A Zelvani's antennae quivered nervously. A Vor warrior leaned forward with interest. "This block," Krilvar announced, "represents a load far beyond your species' natural capacity. And yet, with simple machines, a lever mechanism rose beside the block. You will see it can be moved." The volunteers. The first cadet was a Zelvani, a tall insectile being with spindly arms. They scuttled up, pressed the carbon ceramic bar with all their might, and produced a faint vibration. The block did not budge. Polite clattering applause followed. Next came a Trillax, a 6-limbed amphibian whose physique looked built for swimming, not lifting. With visible strain, the Trillax shoved down on the lever. The block slid perhaps a hand's breadth before clanging back into stillness. The effort left the cadet slumped, panting. Then Koresh stepped forward. A Vor warrior, he stood nearly 3 meters tall, armored in thick natural plating. A predator's predator. He seized the lever, bellowed, and hurled his bulk downward. The fulcrum screamed. The block screeched across the platform a full meter. The amphitheater erupted in cheers. Koresh lifted his tusked head proudly, basking in the adulation. This, surely, was the climax of the demonstration. Until Krilvar's gaze swept the audience again. His eyes locked on a single cadet seated at the back. The human. "Cadet Marcus Hale," Krilvar said, voice cutting through the chatter. "You have not yet participated." Every alien head swiveled toward the Terran. Marcus blinked, midway through chewing a ration bar. He was broad-shouldered, yes, but compared to the Vor he looked normal. A compact frame, muscle under regulation fatigues, but nothing outlandish. "Ah, me?" he asked. "Yes," Krilvar said. "All cadets will attempt." Marcus sighed, stuffed the wrapper into his pocket, and ambled down the steps. His gait was easy, unhurried. "So, I just move it with the lever?" he asked, eyeing the block. "Correct," Krilvar replied. Marcus studied the setup. Then frowned. "Or I could just..." And before anyone realized what he meant, he crouched, wrapped both arms around the block, and lifted. Shock. The tungsten iron block came off the ground smoothly, as if it were just an oversized crate. Gasps filled the hall. A Zelvani shrieked. A Trillax dropped their datapad. Koresh's tusks parted in disbelief. Marcus stood upright, holding 6 tons across his thighs, adjusted his grip, and turned toward Krilvar. "So, where do you want it?" Krilvar's mandibles clattered. "Cadet Hale." That mass is beyond your biological capacity. Put it down before your skeleton collapses. Marcus shrugged, carried the block a few steps forward, and set it gently on the floor. Thunk. Then he straightened, brushing his hands together. See? Not that heavy. The fallout. Pandemonium. He must be hiding servos, Avor barked. No exosuit is detected, Zelvani shrilled, waving a scanner. That weight would liquefy organ sacs, cried a Trillax. Marcus held up his palms. Relax, guys. Back home, this is pretty normal. We've got competitions for it. People flip tractor tires and carry stones heavier than this for fun. You mean, Krilvar sputtered, your species does this recreationally? Yeah, Marcus said casually. Strongman contests. Ever heard of the Atlas stone lift? Korish snarled, humiliated. Terran. You disgrace me before the class. Marcus tilted his head. Not my goal, big guy. Physics just doesn't cover dead lifts. For the first time, Korish, the apex predator of his people, hesitated. This smaller creature, calm, almost bored, had done what left him near-strained. Ripples through the academy. By the next day, the story had spread. And like all stories, it mutated. They say the human balanced it on one arm. No, he juggled it. My cousin swears he tossed it in the air like a toy. The truth didn't matter. What mattered was that humans had been underestimated again. The Academy's council summoned Krilvar. Military observers demanded reports. Physiologists begged for human bone density scans. Marcus just wanted to eat lunch without people staring. Quiet conversations. Some cadets avoided him. Others whispered. A few approached cautiously. A timid Zelvani finally asked, "Does it hurt to carry so much?" Marcus shook his head. Not really. Training helps. Our muscles rebuild stronger every time we tear them down. That horrified the Zelvani, who considered injury a near-death experience. Wait, the Trillax asked, you damage yourselves on purpose? Marcus shrugged. It's called working out. Krilvar's warning. Weeks later, Krilvar addressed the class formally. You will recall the incident with Cadet Hale, he said stiffly. Let it remind you of a fundamental truth. Assumptions are dangerous. Biology varies wildly across the galaxy. What you take as universal may not hold for another species. Especially not for deathworlders. His compound eyes lingered on Marcus. Never underestimate what you do not yet understand. Marcus only smiled, sipping from a protein shake. Epilogue. For the rest of the cadets, the memory never faded. Vor warriors no longer boasted so loudly. Zelvani gave Marcus a wide berth in the corridors. The Trillax scribbled nervously whenever humans were mentioned in lectures. A single physics demo meant to teach leverage had revealed something far greater. Humans weren't just survivors. They were power incarnate, wrapped in deceptively ordinary flesh. And Marcus Hale, by casually picking up a block, had changed the way an entire academy and soon, the galaxy would view his kind.